How's it going, guys? My name is Rushcode and welcome back to Unreal Engine 4. I'm learning how to build switches for doors today, and I wanted to do it in a different environment, so I decided to use a third-person template. This way I get to practice applying what I already know in a different gaming environment and learn what some of the differences might be. So about those door switches, I'll be making a door as usual and then building some kind of button that I can put on the ground for my character to step on. The idea is that the button would act like a switch to unlock the door, so by default the door would be locked. So as usual, the first thing I did was build a door, making sure it can slide open and closed. Now, since a lot of this depends on some kind of status of the door, I had to learn how to use variables, which I thought was pretty exciting because it's kind of like coding. So I made this variable called isDoorOpen, and Unreal Engine is pretty smart with how they play with the casing, because if I make certain letters uppercasing in my variable name, it'll separate the name into multiple words based on where the capital letters are, which makes it more readable when you look at the default value or the event graph. Okay, looks like that's working just fine. The variable is hooked up to a branching node which can output true or false. This would control my door, telling it to open or close when my third-person character goes through the trigger volume. So in other words, if I uncheck the default value, making it false, it stops the door from opening when I come within range. But if I check the value, making it true, then the door will just open by default when I walk towards it. So after finishing the door, I got working on making the button. The button mechanics were very similar to the door, but instead of reading the default value for the door, it would actually change it for me. So at this point I thought I had it all figured out, but when I tested it, I noticed the button was not doing what it's supposed to do. Sometimes it would disappear into the ground, and other times it would float up. But I eventually traced it back to the time function and fixed it up. So if I didn't step on the button and just ran towards the door, it wouldn't open. But as soon as I stepped on the button, it would actually change the variable value and unlock the door, which I thought was so cool because it was kind of like coding, but not quite there yet. And I included some text over the door as well, just so there could be some kind of visual indication of when it's open and when it's locked. The final thing I wanted to do was include a sound effect for when I step on the button. And I got my sound file by going to the marketplace, doing a search for sound, filtering for free results, selecting object inspection, and installing that to the engine. And whether it was a click or an explosion sound, Apparently putting the sound node at the end of my blueprint was a bad idea because it was making these sound effects play on some kind of weird repeat. So I moved it to the start of the schematic and learned that sequence sometimes does matter here. So yeah, there you go. I basically learned to do all that. And as part of the tutorial I followed, one of the challenges is to make some kind of puzzle game involving doors and switches. So I'm quite excited to get started on that. But if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know what you think down in the comments below if you think there was a quicker, simpler, or more efficient way to make these switches. And if you guys know a place where I can get good free sound effects, please let me know down in the comments as well. If you guys are interested in following my journey on learning the Unreal Engine 4, click the subscribe button down below to join my channel. And you can ring the bell to get notified for when the next video comes out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye!